Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia, and this is the Frontline Changes Report for the Ukraine war for the day of 889 for the 31st of July. And there's a lot of frontline change over the past 24 hours, like a lot. Some intel drop on over at the New York front, at the Avdiivka front, so a lot of things is happening. So there's frontline changes over at Sinkivka, Serhievka, Zalizny, Niu-York, Pentamilonivka, Timofeyevka, Ivanivka, Vasily, Serhievka, Zalene, Voschev, and Krasnohorivka. So we're going to go into Sinkivka over at the Kupyansk front, and over this region, a geolocation. So this is Kupyansk, by the way, and so there is a geolocation over here on the eastern part of Sinkivka. And this geolocation means that the Russian forces have some presence around here. However, this geolocation is a video of an assault. And so the assault didn't seem to be going super well. So it may just show possible Russian presence. So it will just create an overlapping mapping. We are not going to just call this as a capture. So that's all for this Sinkivka region in the Kupyansk front. The next frontline change is over in the south at the Svatove front at Serhievka. Ukrainian forces geolocated just off Serhievka, invalidating the entire Russian claim along this entire forest towards Serhievka. So which means that the Ukrainian mapping continues to be proven to be more accurate over at this Svatove front region. So that's about it from this area here. Is it a capture? Also not necessarily, because Deep State UA has always mapped it in this way. So it is what it is. We move on to Zalizny over at the New York front. At the New York front, there's some news over at the Torex sector. At Zalizny, Russian forces has been geolocated in two different locations as the Russian forces continue to push from Zalizny outwards. And it seems like they are going to go around the castle. And I think it's an effective way to defeat the castle, or this this slag heap. Actually, this is a trash mountain. So but it seems like a good strategy, because if you cut off all the roads, maybe the soldiers will just surrender, or they will force them into a withdrawal. So let's see how this develop. Very interesting that both geolocation is on both sides, one side of each of this hill. So after this area at the New York front, there is some updates as well. So in the middle of so in the Battle of New York, there's some updates. Russian forces have expanded or advanced further from this Petrovskaya Gora region as they move northward towards this major road leading to the center of New York. This update comes from the Ukrainian mapping, so this is actually very reliable by Deep State UA. So the Russian forces has definitely made some significant progress around this area here. So there is a major industrial plant around here. So let me use another color. So, and then the railway station is around here. So Russian forces is now moving in this direction. So that's in case you need to know. So Russian forces have already have some position looking over at this railway station region. So yeah, situation is not good at New York. Russians are making good progress. Over at the Pentamilonivka region, Russian forces continue to swing westward and capture more grounds, and they are now pretty close to the outskirts of Pentamilonivka. So after all these claims, Russian forces have captured more tree lines in this area here. So let's see how the Russians continue to develop from this area. We move into the Avdiivka front. As you can see, a lot of changes around here. So at Timofeyevka, Ukrainian mapping, Deep State UA has confirmed that the Russian forces have captured Timofeyevka. So this is a confirmed capture. Russian forces, as I mentioned, quickly overrun the entire settlement, as the Ukrainians would be unlikely to defend this place. The natural defensive place will be opposite the Kazany Torex lake river system thing. So this water body, I think the Ukrainians will hold the northern front, but defending Timofeyevka is a suicide mission. I think the Ukrainian forces are not going to do that. Remains to be seen if there's any Ukrainian lines, on the eastern part of Lysychny. So let's see how this goes. The next front, the other front line change is around the Avdiivka, Vasily region. So Russian forces expand control along this tree line and go northward and captured part of this heavy fortification at Vasily. There's a but it's interesting that they go northward along the tree line because they could have just captured the rest of Vasily. So there is a possibility that Vasily is actually under Russian control as well. So which is why we are seeing them heading northward from the Vasily region in a two-pronged attack. And so they are definitely aiming to capture Avdiivka. So coming from a three direction, 1, 2, and 3. So this is what Russians is probably planning. And as such, Vasily, given this move, seems to suggest that Vasily has already fallen. So over at the Serhievka Zaliny region, Russian forces have found yet another entrance into Zaliny as they continue to progress down the railway line, and they now have two areas where they can actually attack into Zaliny from two different spots. So that probably going to start the battle of Zaliny very, very soon. Russian forces also expanded some control around the tree line. So over on the eastern part of Serhievka. So Ukrainian forces, I'm quite sure they are defending this tree line, this very squarish tree line around here. So they're definitely bracing themselves. So as the Russians continue to march towards Zaliny. So that's it from this area. Over in the south of Vostchev, some huge frontline changes has occurred, with the Russian forces continue to take over all these abandoned positions south of Vostchev. So Ukrainian forces may still hold this position on the west of Novoselivka, Persia, or east of Zaliny. So they may hold this position. This heavy, this heart-shaped entrenchment is a bit hard to tell. Not sure if the Ukrainians are going to hold a position there. So we shall wait and see how long the Russians take to capture all these positions. So that's all from Vostchev region. And the next front line change after Vostchev is Krasnohorivka. So at the Battle of Krasnohorivka, as mentioned, main city is fully captured, and the Ukrainian mapping has finally conceded that the Russians have taken everything south of Krasnohorivka. So the entire southern part now is corroborated to be under Russian control. So that's the update over Krasnohorivka, and that's about it. These are all the frontline changes over the past 24 hours. And so the previous frontline changes report was published on the DPA War channel. I have put it over here. Do check it out, and also check out the other video on DPA News. Is a new channel. Check it out, and I'll see you guys in the next update.